Hi, friends. Few minutes late because of technical difficulties. I'm motioning to the camera. It's kind of essential in this whole online class thing. So, welcome. I'm here and I hope you are going to join me live or on replay. Either works. Gosh, it's a pretty day here today. It's only 64 degrees, which is heaven to me. I tell you what. And it may not stay that way. Well, okay, let's say it will not stay that way. We probably have another week of Lisa weather, and then I have to start hibernating. Hello, ladies, as you're coming in. Please say hello to me, even if you're on replay. I want to be able to come back and say hi to you. So there's Sherry and Roz and Corinne and Jean, and everyone's sharing already. Thank you so much for copying this link or hitting the share arrow and sharing this to your social media sites. That does help my little business, the Stamping Zoo, so much, and I appreciate it. And you never know, there might be someone on your friends list who is a paper crafter or a wannabe paper crafter, and you may make a new paper crafting friend. Corinne says it was in the high 90s in Texas. That does not sound good because I bet there was some humidity in there too. Hello, Deborah and Anna. Hi, ladies. Everybody's coming in. I'm so glad to see all of you. It is Thursday, May 30th. How did that happen? I am Lisa Harden. I'm coming to you live from, as I said, a beautiful Boise, Idaho. And this is the Stamping Zoo. All of this grandeur is the Stamping Zoo. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And one of the things that means is that I sell all the beautiful products we're going to be using tonight. And in particular, we're going to be talking about one of my classes that I design and put together for you that can be delivered to your mailbox. How about that? So, how's everything going with everyone? This is the week after a long weekend. Uh, for me, it was extra long. I took Friday off, had Monday off, and then I was in the middle of a million projects on Monday. And so I texted my boss and said, how about Tuesday too? So let's see. I went to work today, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I think I can handle a 3-day week. Oh, makes me start thinking about retirement. I spent every morning, well, I spent 4 of the 5 mornings starting with my cup of coffee, sitting outside reading and watching the dogs play. It's so nice. So, hello from New Jersey. Hi, Ethel. Yes, hello. You know what? I need a little bit of lotion, which I don't recommend right before you're going to make cards, but my hands are so dry that it's really not going to affect it that much. Hello, Beth. Nice to see you. I don't always see you um, as much as I used to all the time. So I want to make sure and say hi to you, and I hope you're doing well. So, friends, lots of fun. Stampin' Up! We are in the full swing of the annual catalog. And beginning in June, we will have some new online exclusives if you are a demonstrator. So, hey, guess what? There's a beautiful starter kit that's going to expire tomorrow at midnight. And I'm going to tell you about it here in just a minute. But I would love it if you would join my team because there's nothing but good stuff coming your way once you do. So let me see here if I can grab that graphic and pull it up here for us. Add to screen. Oh, I see. It's trying to be tricky with me. So I was playing with it earlier, and there we go. Sometimes if I set this up too early in the day, it wants me to redo things. So during May, you're going to receive over $200 in product for only $99 plus tax. You get free shipping, and there's nothing more to buy. And this special will stay good for you, or you can shop with the discount through October. Let's see, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yes, and through October, you can shop with at least a 20% discount. You will receive all sorts of benefits from being on my team. And look at all the beautiful product you get. So the way this special breaks down is you choose $125 of the product of your choice, anything you'd like. And then Stampin' Up! Is going to send you all of these beautiful in color products. They are an $82 value. They are going to stack those on top of all of the products you purchase. And that is what you get to start. That's your introduction to Stampin' Up! So, whether you have been a demonstrator and are not now and want to dive into this, if you've been on my team before and then you just lapsed for whatever reason and you're my customer, if you're my customer currently, anybody can sign up for this as long as you're in the United States, as long as there isn't another demonstrator in your household, and as long as you're over 18, I guess. That's what we need to know. So please take a look at it. I do have a link down below, or just go to thestampingzoo.com and hit the tab that says join my team. And you can find out all about me and some of the events I've run, why I do what I do. And at its simplest, you can just be your own only best customer. And most people do that. Most people do not do what I do. However, the option is there should you want to do what I do, make a business out of it of any size or shape. Okay, so there's lots of flexibility with this. There is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator kit to fit you. All right, and this one is a phenomenal special, only 2 more days. So please keep that in mind. Less than 2 days, really. And so if you have any questions for me, you can contact me at 208-830-6328. Be happy to talk with you with no pressure. It's all just information based. I want you to make the best decision for you. But rest assured, I'd love to have any of you on my team. Okay? Everyone's welcome on my team. All right. So, as I said, we are going to jump in. Let me grab my screen. I mean, my other screen. You know what I'm talking about. Let me grab my desk. Hello, Sue. Oh, Beth says it's baseball season and you're addicted to baseball. It's all right. But if you get yourself addicted to paper crafting, that might be even better. How about that? You can do both, I hear. I'm not addicted to baseball, so I can't tell you for sure, but I bet you can do both. Now let's see. Can I bring this down without causing a bunch of shadows? Not necessarily, but I don't want to cause too much. Let's see. Can I put my trash bin right there? I think we're pretty good, quite honestly, um, without that, but we'll leave it here just in case. So as you can see, we are going to create 2 cards today. They're very colorful. Whatever color you like, it's in here. Okay. Hello, Sherry. Facebook kept freezing. Well, my screen's not freezing, but I'm glad you're letting me know. And I have noticed a few um, technical things I didn't like. I haven't been watching the replays fully through, but I was noticing a couple of things with my audio. So please let me know if it's not as clear, or there were a couple of videos that I was just like, what happened? Because when they got posted, um, at times the video was not good at all, but most of that's out of my control, I believe. Anyway, I still would like you guys to tell me, um, if we're having bad quality. So, and as the ladies are pointing out, if you are having trouble on Facebook, really the best thing to do is just jump on over to YouTube, have a channel there, and guess what? While you're there, please subscribe if you haven't already. Most of you probably have, but if you haven't, that only makes my presence on YouTube better. So I have really good subscription numbers on Facebook, and so I believe I get a lot of play. Everybody in the world knows about me, right? Not really. But over on Facebook, I'm a very small, or on YouTube, I'm a very small fish. So if you could just boost my subscription numbers, as I said, I would appreciate that so much. It all helps to get the word out, which is paper crafting, right? And having fun. So, welcome to this online class. This is an online class. I am going to, as I said, demonstrate and make these 2 cards with you just for fun. And while we are making these cards, I'm going to tell you this is the bundle I chose to design my Zubilee Crafty Kit for June with. And so I'm going to tell you a few things about the Zubilee Crafty Kit because I believe a lot of you might really enjoy it. It's good value. You get a lot of projects and you get a lot of product. And so I just want to make sure you know about it so that you're not missing out on something. And also, we're just going to talk about all sorts of ways you can connect with the Stamping Zoo tonight, aren't we? The other way you can connect with me is to head on over to thestampingzoo.com and sign up to receive my emails. I'm trying to figure out a way to put things so they don't fall down on me. Let's do that right now, shall we? Let's just take a little trip over here. Let me grab an extra screen and then let's go over there. I'm going to pretend like I've never even been to the Stamping Zoo. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about this Stamping Zoo of what you speak. So here we go. And I'm going to go to the Stamping Zoo. Well, it pops up for me. And let's take a look here and see if it will play like I'm a stranger. I hope so. So at the top, you will always see my host code. This will be changing in a couple of days. And I don't think it's going to do that. It recognizes me already. But right here, once you're here for just a few seconds, a purple pop-up box will pop up and ask you if you would like to receive zoo news. I think that's what it says. And you just need to sign up with your name and your email, and then you are part of my email list. Why in the world would you want to do that? Well, a lot of reasons. Okay. I don't overload you. I don't send out emails every day, but I keep you well informed about all things Stamping Zoo and all things Stampin' Up. So if we have specials, then you will know about it. If I have personal specials, you will know about it. You'll know when I release my classes, whether they're in person or online. You will know if I have certain specials going on, and also you will get free printables. And in tomorrow morning, I'm going to go live with. I don't think you can see this one, but you're going to get the printable for this card, so that means it's going to be a tutorial, just like I would release in my monthly Zubilee Crafty Kit. So you can really have a sample of my crafty kit. Okay. You will get the tutorial to make this card as well as a shopping list with pictures and the ID codes. That is kind of important these days because, as beautiful as this catalog is, not everything is in this catalog anymore. So when you're shopping for different things, lots of times you have to go onto the stampinup.com page and look up items. Well, I provide the majority of the items on my tutorials. But here's the deal. You're not going to get those tutorials and all that news if you don't come over here to the stampingzoo.com and sign up to receive my emails. Okay? That's where it starts. So while we're here, I will just show you down here. There are some tabs, right? Shop now. Of course, we know what that means, right? Like we're ready. We want to go shop or we want to search. Then I have my April through June 2024 events. I have Chopped, which is another fun thing you can participate in monthly. I have Join the Zoo Crew. This is the page you will come to if you are going to take that great starter kit offer. Okay, so I have all sorts of stuff about, oh, there it is. Sign up for updates. So I guess it just wanted me to move. So this is the box where you will sign up to receive my emails. Put your email address, sorry, your first and last name, and that's it. And then it says sign up for the Zoo News Now. You click that button. Okay. So back to my demonstrator page. This is just all about me, why I do what I do, what it means to be a part of the Zoo Crew. That is my team name. And then here is a button that says, I want to join the Zoo Crew. Once you click that, it takes you right over to the starter kit page and Stampin' Up. And here again are these great specials that are only through May 31st. And we're there already, aren't we? And then I have pictures of me and my friends stamping and the dogs and just silly stuff like that, you know. And if you go over here to April through June 2024 events, you will see some things that have passed, but I do like to keep them on there just so you know what was available. Okay. So I have some policy up here. Okay. Very little, but I think it's important to let everyone know. And then, of course, I have the In Color Club. That's going. The 2-day retreat's going to be coming up. We had an April, a May stamp camp. And then down here is the Zubilee Crafty Kit. So there's two links for this kit. You can have the whole enchilada, let's call it that, which I'm going to talk about tonight and show you in detail. That is $45 per month. It includes about 25, really at least $25 of product, plus all the product that it takes to make 6 projects. Now, I say projects because they are mostly cards, but I throw in at least one 3D item or um, kind of an avid level fun fold because I like all of those things. Paper crafting is not just cards, right? It's so much more. So we have a little fun with that. I usually have some little gifty in there to tell you thank you, a card or just some little thing I've made. And then that's it. It's $45. That includes the shipping. It comes to your house priority. And then you also receive access to uh, tutorials in the form of videos and a written PDF, full color photos, all that. And you have access to me, right? Now, that's perfect. And so that is one option. It will sign you up as a subscription. But if you only want to do it for 1 month, that's fine. And then when you're done with the month and you've paid for the month and you've received your kit, you can just either message me or you can cancel it on your own or you can pause it. Okay, so there are options. You do not need to receive it every single month. But I'm going to hold out a little carrot for you. And if you do receive it 6 months in a row, you will get, guess what? A goodie bag from me. I'm getting ready to send out my first round of goodie bags, and it's so fun. So you'll get a goodie bag from me. It'll be all Stampin' Up. Well, I don't want to say all. It'll be Stampin' Up product, etc. Okay, and so that's going to be another little thank you that I send to you. Now, if you live outside of the US or if you don't want me to send you the product, you can still get the full online only option for $15. So you're still going to have access to all of the tutorial videos and the written PDF. So that is a monthly payment, and you do not get any product with that. Okay, just want to make that clear. That is only online access. Both options are great. They're for whatever fits your budget, whatever fits your time, whatever fits your Stampin' uh, goals. Okay, so that is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, thank you, Kathy. You subscribe to my YouTube channel and you're requesting all notifications. Yay! Thanks, Kathy. Now, and hello, Trish. So again, if you haven't signed up to receive my email, go over to thestampingzoo.com and then you will get the tutorial for this tomorrow. It's not a video tutorial because guess what? This is the video tutorial. Okay. And this is going to be something that is not in the class. These are 2 cards that are extras. So the class this month will still have 6 different projects. These are just extras. Okay. So if you're already receiving the Zubilee Crafty Kit, thank you so much. And guess what? This is a class right now for you to have 2 alternate projects to use all of your product. Okay, I need a sip. I need a sip of what is this? Iced coffee tonight. What's everybody drinking tonight or snacking on? If you're snacking on something really good, don't tell me. If it's Triscuits or something, that's fine. I like Triscuits, but I don't love Triscuits. So That's something that can be in the house. Somebody's birthday is today. Who is it? Roz, oh, it's Jeanne. That's right, Jeanne. If you're watching on replay, I hope you're having fun on your birthday. Let's see here. Oh, where's the catalog? Okay. So I mentioned that you're going to get $25 of brownies. Stop. Hello, Carla. Sparkling water. Jean. That is excellent. Okay, back to the crafty kit. When you are receiving your kit this month, it'll have 25-ish dollars of product in it. I usually go over, but who's counting? And this is what this month's kit is going to have in it. A half pack of this beautiful paper, and we will work with some of them. They are 6x6, double-sided, typical, great Stampin' Up! Quality, right? And, oh, look. So there's all sorts of different patterns, and somebody said, it was probably Kathy, I think, that said, like, she needed these bright colors after the winter, and I agree. We've kind of slid into spring here a little slowly. It's okay by me. But so you will receive a half pack of this paper, so 2 sheets of every pattern that's in the pack. You'll get that. You're also going to get a full roll or 10 yards of this beautiful iridescent striped ribbon. It's killer. And guess what? You can color it with your blends. And you'll get that, and you'll also get a full package of the iridescent faceted gems. These are so pretty. Water with lime and popcorn. You're getting fancy on me, Roz. That sounds very, Florida fancy. Look at these gems. We're going to play with these tonight. I love them. And actually, the size is like kind of small. I mean, you saw it against my finger, but here it is with relationship to something we all have, right? A take your pick tool. This one's kind of small, but I love them. They have kind of a 5-pointed star in the middle, and they just ricochet all of this iridescence all over. So little embellishments with big impact. We love that. These are currently on hold, or they're not in inventory right now. They will be in a couple of weeks. And so if you're already subscribed to the kit, I already have these for you. I purchased them after I received your payments. But just know that if you want to sign up for the kit, because I'm sure some of you are going to want to after you see all this stuff. It's my evil plan. Um, just know that I need to wait to put these in your kit, but it will not be a problem. Okay, they're coming back. They're in the annual catalog. So that's what you get is you get this little flavor for this month of all of these products. Okay, half pack of paper, full bolt of ribbon, full pack of embellishments. Now, what about the stamps and dies? You can add those on to the kit price, and I will invoice you separately for those. Or if you're a demonstrator and you take advantage of that great demonstrator kit, you can purchase them from yourself at a discount. Or guess what? You don't have to use them at all. You can use something that you love that's in your stash. If you want to use the Zany Zoo set with the llamas, go ahead. You can use anything you want. I do keep that in mind when I'm designing them. When I'm designing the cards, I try to keep flexibility in mind. However, just know that I design these with this bundle in mind, or this bundle is what I use to design. So any die cuts that are included in this bundle, I don't cut those for you, but I provide the paper. Any other any other dies that are outside of this featured bundle, I provide. So that's what I'm going to show you tonight, along with, well, the whole shebang. We're going to make the card and everything. We're going to pretend like we're in the Zubilee Crafty kit, okay? All right, so what you will get, oh, I think I have a picture too of, let me get in here and see where that picture is. Here it is. Let me pull this up for a minute. Add to stage. Get rid of this for a minute. What is this? I'm like a newscaster. What? Can I move this? Oh my God. Did it have an upgrade or what? Well, here we go. This is fine. Um, this is what a kit looks like. Okay, this was last month's kit. Like this is on a video. I go over the contents with you so everybody knows if they get all of their supplies or not. And then that's me over on the right. I'm waving to you, right? Like I do. So that's what your kit is going to look like when you get it. Everything is in place. Anna gets the kit. And so Anna can tell you whether it shows up like it's a wreck or whether it shows up in good shape. I do everything I can on this end to make sure that it gets to you and looks just like that when you get it. Okay. So let's see if I can add this back. And it was being so odd. There we go. Why was it doing that other thing, that framed thing? It's like too many options. Okay, so let's start. Let's pretend we're in the class. Oh, Anna, I love that it's perfect when it comes to you. I love it. I pay the postman extra. Say, no, you just handle this carefully. Okay, so here's a kit. As I said, you'll have 6 packets. Most will be in an envelope. Some will not if they're a 3D item, right? But you'll have a kit like this. And so I will say like, hello, everybody. Here's card number 2. So what you have in your kit is an envelope. You will have a card base in Berry Burst. You should have a card insert in Basic White. You will have a piece of Basic White for stamping and die cutting. You will also have 2 circles. These are from the Round We Go dies. This one's in Berry Burst, of course, and then Basic White. Okay, so let's get started, friends. Put your envelope off to the side. Don't forget to stamp on it later, though. Hello, Laura. Can't believe you almost missed me. Come on, girl. You know where I am on Thursday nights. Okay, so for this card, I want you to choose a piece of designer series paper for the front that's of your choosing, right? You could even put more on the inside if you want. But I have chosen, let's see, did I stick with the same one or did I go rogue on you? I can't remember. I got a few pieces out in advance. Oh, I went rogue. Oh, look at that. Is this gorgeous or what? The only hard thing to decide is which side. I'm going to use this side because we're using some white and I really want to be able to have that pop. And this paper, this pattern has a lot of white in it already. So as you can see, it's not going to pop quite as much. But if we use this side, we're definitely going to get noticed. That's the name of this game. Okay, so also if we're going to pretend that you have your tutorial. So please look at your tutorial that has all the measurements for the cutting we're going to do. And since I don't have my tutorial right in front of me, let's see here. I believe it's 4 across. Now, where did my ruler go? This is very common for the actual class too. So no, thank goodness. It's 3 3/4 across. And that's really the only part you need to pay attention to because then we're going to run this top to bottom. Okay. And since this paper is 6 by 6, as you know, I always like to keep, if I'm running something top to bottom or left to right with no margin, I like to make it a little bit longer than we need it, just so it can be exactly right. Okay, and I definitely want to keep this big wide strip of Berry Burst on there, right? So 3 3/4. And then this is extra. We can probably put it inside if we want. And I'm going to leave it just like this, okay? And then that's good enough for now with the paper trimmer. So already I can tell this is going to be gorgeous. So I'm going to really lean into this color. And when I am placing this, I'm going to have a little extra on either side if I want it because it's 6 inches, right? 6 inches long. And our card is 5.5. So we're going to be able to play around and decide, do we want the berry burst on the bottom or the top and how much of it? That's why I like a little bit of leeway. Okay, one thing that I definitely need also is my bone folder because it makes those card bases just a little bit better. That's why the first line of every card instruction in my tutorial is score and burnish your card base. This card bases don't always come scored to you, but sometimes they do if I have time. Okay, so let's see here. We are going to do some embossing. The other cool thing about the crafty kit is I get to learn what you like to do. And I already know that Joanna likes to emboss. I know that because she told me, and I know that because I could see her order. So I really start to kind of, you know, do I want to say spy? No, I start to learn your habits and what you like or don't like. And I start to play to those because it's really fun. So I know Joanna likes to emboss. So I've included the word high here and it's in white embossing. But if I know that somebody else doesn't like to emboss, I'm going to give options such as it's really easy to emboss this, but if you don't want to emboss it, there are a couple different options. You can simply stamp on it in Berry Burst ink or in Versamark. If you don't have every ink pad, remember I always tell you to just use your Versamark. It's like a watermark. Okay, so we're going to emboss though, because I like to emboss, and so does Joanna. And I bet Anna does too. So I think we're going to do that right now. Let's see. And we also have this stamping, so we don't want to forget about that. So I do set things kind of off to the side when I'm embossing, right? And so I've got the embossing additions kit. Now I keep two trays. This is a retired tray. That's why it looks a little bit different. And it has a metallic pen. Remember when those were in? I don't know why I was drawing on it, but I was. Anyway, I keep two trays. I keep one for white and clear powder. And then I keep one for everything else. Because if you have mixed those up in trays, unless you wash out this tray and dry it every time, different colors get into the white and the clear, no matter how hard you try to clean things with your paintbrush. So I just like to keep two. I have two. And so if you have two trays, then get that other one out and use it. This is tasty. Do you love this glass? Mm. I bought 4. They came with glass straws, and I was like, "Seriously? I do not trust myself with a glass straw." So I had to get silicone straws, which are probably for children, but, I don't need any more dental work to be done, and I could see, like, forgetting and munching down on that because that would be something I would do. So anyway, that was a little side note, but I do love my new glasses. It's funny how these like utilitarian things can make you so happy. Okay, where's my little high? Did I put that away? I hope it's not lost. Oh, it's in here. Oh, thank goodness. I must have used the block for something else. So let's see. How about if I get another block? Lord knows I have enough. I'm acting like I only have 3 blocks. Boop. Oh, come down here now. Okay. Boop. All right. So as you saw, I put some embossing, some, what do we call this? Embossing buddy. I put some embossing buddy on it, right? Now I'm going to go into my Versamark, do a little tap, tap, tap. Make sure this Versamark is juicy. Okay. Make sure it's inked. We do sell the re-inker for Versamark, just like the regular ink pads. And you want to make sure that's juicy because just like everything else, you want to get a good impression. You want to get a lot of ink set down so the powder will adhere to it. Now, at this point, if I didn't want to emboss, then I would skip this part. And if I didn't have Berry Burst, I could still make my high simply by using the Versamark. So if you don't have all the inks, you really should grab a Versamark ink pad because it does the work of many. All right, so we're going to cover that in a little white. And I do have uh, reverse tweezers. These do come with the embossing editions kit, which is listed on your tutorial. And let's see here. I can't wait to read through all the snacks you guys are eating so that, I don't know, I can make my list for the weekend. Whoops. Okay, so I flicked that too hard and I feel like a lot of the powder came off. So now I'm just gonna just tap it, Lisa. See, that's why I don't use the glass straws. I mean, get real. Don't they know I'm a bull in a china shop? Now I can see just a few little white specks on this. So the embossing editions kit does come with a paintbrush. This one's not it. This is just, I have a bunch of paintbrushes. And so I'm grabbing this one. Why not? It's very pretty. Okay. And then heat tool also on your shopping list. Should you want to add this to your crafty stash, you will love it. Okay. So I let it get hot. And so it's a little uncomfortable on my wrist. Green olives. Ooh, you know, that's kind of like a love it or hate it thing. And guess what? I'm going to love it. I'm moving that powder because I just almost blew it all over my desk. Not good. Okay. So then we get this up here and just keep moving the heat tool. You can kind of see the heat tools off. I want you to see the magic because it's so much fun. And it will go shiny here in a minute. And once it starts shiny and glossy, just keep your eye on it. And it's moving down the letters. And I'm going to put it in the light. You need to have good lighting for embossing here. I'm going to make sure that it's good to go. If it's dull, now once it's shiny, lay off, okay? Get the heat tool away from it. Because what will happen is it will go shiny. And then if you keep cooking it, it will go dull. And you can burn the paper too. So you want it shiny, right? We want a nice shine on it. And this is pretty cute. This is pretty good, isn't it? That's a pretty good high. So now let's bring in, so Versamark will not work on white. I guess I should have said that. Works on everything except white for regular watermark stamping, right? Oh, and the other thing I wanted to show you, this little trickety trick I have. Aha, that's where that went. Is I showed you this before, but somebody will have not seen it. So I have to tell you again. So this is a Swiffer cloth, just from just standard Swiffer cloth. And on bright colors, when you pounce that embossing buddy on your cardstock, it leaves the powder, which is essentially cornstarch. Well, this is a great tool for removing it. And so now you can see it's all bright and happy again. And I use it on my surface here too, because there's going to be some little bits of embossing powder left over. And then I shake it over my trash and we're good to go. And I can reuse it many, many times. So it's very handy that way. Thank you for sharing, Jenny, and hello. She's watching but eating. We are talking about snacks, etc. And so you feel free to tell us what you're having. Okay, my thinking of you, and I'm going to grab my Berry Burst. Now, again, as I said, if you don't have Berry Burst, that's okay. In fact, this is probably going to be one of the classes where it's really easy to use different colors because, hello, have you taken a look at the designer series paper, right? So there's all different colors in here. And so anyway, I'm going to ink this up pretty good, a little pouncing on the ink pad, and then bring it down towards me so I can see it. That is the nice thing about photopolymer stamps. And then just firm pressure. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? Of course, it's another beautiful mix of fonts. And I do love Berry Burst. It's so gorgeous. Okay, so again, here's our reference card, right? We can bring that back in now that the embossing is over. And in fact, let me set that over there. Okay, so this is going to go directly, the circles that came from the Round We Go dies are going to get laid right down here. Now, I used Round We Go in last week's Stamp and Chat Live, and it made the beautiful rosettes. And this is just another part of the stamp set or another part of the bundle. And this is actually, these are the dies. So don't forget that you can use the dies for all sorts of things that don't have anything to do with the stamp set or even the rosettes. They're just some more beautiful circles. And so think about using all of these circles along with the circles in Spotlight on Nature. Whoa. I think you're going to have mix and match circles for days. Okay, so there's our high. There's our stamped thing. We've got all these little pieces and parts are getting uh, amassed. I don't know. We're making our little pieces and parts and setting them off to the side, right? Okay, and then I want to bring in little teeny, little teeny. That's also what I call cash sometimes. But little teeny tonight is the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. And we're gonna die cut the word friend a couple of times. So the dies in this set are amazing, like they always are with Stampin' Up. And so there's there's like a bubble word, and then there's a detailed word. So you can use either of them alone, standalone, or you can use them like I've used here. So the white one, and then this is a piece of DSP. You're going to choose the piece of DSP and adhere adhesive sheet to the back of it. That's highly recommended. And then glue it all to the circle and make this one really cool element. Okay, so we're going to start with the friend, and this is the piece of white that's in your kit. Okay, so that's all the cardstock you need is provided, and the designer series paper you need, you choose and take out of the supplies that are sent along with the kit. Okay, this doesn't need to have adhesive on it. And in fact, I don't want adhesive on it because the ends are hanging over. And so when that happens, I really don't want adhesive on it if I can help it, unless it's a real pain. Then there's ways to work around that. I'm going to give my little plates a clean. And now I need to choose designer series paper. Well, remember, I have that little piece that was off cut. Just a minute here. Let me grab it. I have this piece from the piece that's going to be on the front. So this is 2 inches. And this is plenty and then some to cut the word friend. We just have to decide how we want to cut it. So we are going to have this going this way, and then we can have more of the words going this, more of the colors going this way. I kind of want to lean towards doing this because we're going to have a lot of berry burst on the DSP, and we're going to have a lot of berry burst in the card base. So let's give the berry burst a rest, and let's go for the middle of the cardstock. Hello, Cindy. Oh, you're so nice. Cindy's just getting home from teaching little children at Bible study. Hope you don't mind me telling on you. And isn't that so cute? And I can just envision this, right? And she was so kind to send me a little message earlier today and say, like, I'm not going to be here. I might catch you a little bit later, but I have a duty. And which I told her, of course, that's more important because I recorded. I'm recorded. Okay. Okay, so now I've just roughly cut out the piece I want. And I know it's 2 inches, right? Because this one was 4, which is helpful when you're using adhesive sheet, right? Because the seams in adhesive sheet are at every 2 inches. So there's 3 seams along a piece of adhesive sheet, and it's every 2 inches. So if you can just cut it at 2 inches. Now this one is shorter, but if you can cut it at 2 inches, it's very helpful because then you don't have all these little seams that you have to like pull apart. I make mine just a little bit short, and I bet it's not going to cover every single inch. Let's see here. Oh, it's going to cover almost all of it. Yeah, it will. Okay, perfect. So now The adhesive sheet and all adhesives I do not supply in the Zoogley Crafty Kit, but I tell you which adhesives I use. And that in itself is sometimes um, the stickler, right? Is, well, what adhesive should I use? Should I use Seal Plus? Should I use tear and tape? What happens if I use liquid glue? So I try to work out the kinks on all that stuff and then give you a heads up as to what I think is the best. All right, so we just have this little piece. And so that's it. That's all you do to make that a sticker. And then, of course, we are going to bring our detailed friend die cut in here. And it's right in the middle. So I don't have to glue it or, I mean, I don't have to tape it or anything. I know that it's right in the middle. Okay. And then place that down. And this is going to be so pretty. This is one of the coolest things about this bundle and this designer series paper. And really, this designer series paper, you can cut out any words, right? But friend is available. And where's my take your pick? It's hiding. Children's crafts. Oh, you're teaching the crafts? Oh my gosh, right up your alley. Are you teaching them to stamp or are these little children? I mean, they can still stamp, but I just wondered. Now, when you die cut this, it does give you the dot on the I, otherwise known as the tittle, right? That's what it's called. It almost sounds naughty, but it's not. And so I am not going to worry about that this time because I'd rather use a beautiful embellishment. But if you want it, there it is. Okay. So just know that the dies are high quality and they even include the dot on the eye. All right. So now look at this. Is this great or what? That is beautiful. It's very summery. So summery. Okay. I think we're finished with that stuff. Now we need to assemble this beautiful card. And we need to stop and have a sip of whatever. Thank you for sharing, Cindy. And you remind me that if you haven't shared yet, please be kind and share. And you never know who you're going to find out in your virtual friends that wants to papercraft right along with you. Jenny, you can turn in your sketch cards tomorrow night by midnight. Same deadline as purchasing the starter kit, okay? And then I will have a drawing shortly after that, the first few days of June, and I'm going to be giving away a prize. So thank you for reminding me. I went live on Sunday during the long weekend, and we had a really nice Stamp and Chat sketch. And so you can look back and find that, as well as I think I did 3, right? 3 in May. I don't remember, but if there are 4, then that's great. You can play along and post your sketch to any of those sketch. What? Oh, I thought this was Seal Plus. It was going so smoothly. Okay. So let's get this in the inside of the card, and then I'll tell you about sketch. So you can play along with any of the sketches from May up until tomorrow at midnight, okay? And when you do that, I'm going to put your name into a drawing comprised of everybody that plays along with the sketch and my customers for the month of May. And somebody's going to win a prize. And then I will announce that. Like I said, I'm not setting a certain date, but the first couple of days of June, I will put it in my email and I will also put it here, post it on Facebook. And so if you're watching me on YouTube, just come on over to Facebook and I'll give you the goods. Okay. And then if I don't have your address, and I called you as a winner, you have 2 weeks to get a hold of me. Okay. So please do that. So you can get your prize because it makes me kind of sad when people don't claim their prizes or they come back to me for something that happened a month ago. And sometimes, guess what? Lisa doesn't remember what happened a month ago. 6 a.m. comes very early. That's true. Yeah, cool. Go to bed early. I love that. I'm a big proponent. Okay, so back to our card here. I am just eyeballing what's straight. Let's say you can certainly measure it, but I'm probably kind of using my grid paper too. So that's so handy. So it's almost even. I have a little too far over on the right hand side. I think that's good. We're calling that good. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in my big scissors and I am going to trim the excess here. And in that way, this piece of DSP is going to be exactly the same measurement as the card. So if the card's cut like a 16th or less too small, it doesn't matter because the DSP is going to be the same size. I think it's the extra little tweak that really makes your card stepped up a little bit. Look at that. It's already so pretty. Ooh, so gorgeous. These colors, I mean, I've told you a million times, right? My heart lives in the brights. And so when this bundle or suite of products came out, I was like, yes, a million times yes. So we are going to take the backing off, and it is just like a sticker. Well, it's not just like a sticker, it's a sticker now. And it's surprisingly easy to place this. So the trick is getting the first one in place. See how that kind of popped down there? Now I'm going to take it letter by letter. Who is revving their engine? Get out. Get out of here. I hate that stuff. I'm going to chase him down. Maybe the old lady chasing him down. Get out of here. Okay. And then put that in place. Oh, each one of these, every time you cut them out of different designer series paper, they look so different and fun. And, you know, there's no wrong way to do this. Oh my gosh. Is this pretty or what? Almost looks like a sunset, doesn't it? Reminds me of a tropical drink. Okay, before I put the friend part on, I'm going to put a zhuzh ribbon. That's what it's called, and you have to make that sound. Zhuzh. It's like you're giving somebody the business. Listen here. Okay, that's what the ribbon's going to do. So we want our seal plus. Uh, hello, where have you gone? I know it was out here. Oh, right by my hand. Seal plus. So I am just going to start by putting this like 3 different places because you're going to add more as we go along here. Okay. So I want to start in, you can start in whatever kind of corner you want to. Then we bring it over here and then I'm going to put my finger over here and make a loop. See, and then I'm going to, it doesn't really matter how big it is. I want it sort of big. And then here is where I'm going to bring the Seal Plus again in here again because all the Seal Plus that was there is covered up. But I still need some more to make another. Okay. And so then I come back in here, same thing with my finger. I hold it and make a loop and then come back to the side. And then I can trim it on an angle because that's just me. And this one's going to get that angle. Right. And then we're almost done with this, but we are going to, of course, pop it up. Pop it up. Watch out. She's going to start dancing. You don't want to see that. It's not fit for consumption. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Okay. So Cindy is teaching the older third and fourth grade and fifth and sixth grades. They're doing diamond art. That's fun. Coasters and keychains. That's really neat, Cindy. Very cool. Is this like a day camp kind of thing? Like they go for, a certain amount of time once school gets out? Is that what's going on here? Well, it must be because otherwise, what are they doing and why aren't they in regular school? I'm slow to catch on. You guys know I don't have kids, so I forget these things. I'm just going to go with putting that in the middle because it just makes me happy. Now, remember how I told you we weren't going to put a sticker on this because we just want some glue in the middle. So the R to the N, the R to the I to the E to the N. And then that's going to get us what we need. See there? And you can even, boop, dot your I. Don't go crazy with it. See, that's why we needed some loops of ribbon, is because this comes off to the side and you still want to be able to see the beautiful ribbon. And so that's going to be fine right there while I am grabbing my little sequin faceted gems. Where'd they run off to? Where'd you run off to? Come on now. Come on. Seriously, where'd you run off to? I'm scanning. I'm looking. There's only stuff right here. It's got to be in this little stack. They are. Okay. So remember, I'm going to take, in this case, I'm going to take a little one. You can do exactly what you want and dot that I like you mean business. Whoops. And then I was off to the side. Get over there. You get over. Okay. And then I'm going to bring a couple more up here to draw your eye up into this piece. And oh my gosh, lemon meringue pie. I love this. It's so pretty. It's as pretty as lemon meringue pie. Look at this. Okay, so this is a card that I would make as part of the the Zubilee Crafty Kit. Okay, and then people usually pop online and they show me their creations, and I love them so much. I just want to hug them and squeeze them all. Okay, there's our first card. I'm going to show you another card that is not included in this month's kit. It's just an extra to give you a flavor for what you can expect from this Zubilee Crafty Kit. Now, while I'm doing that, I want to show you what you'll be looking for. First of all, you can find the links to registration in the description below this video. But if you are looking for graphics, then of course this thing's going to be silly again, isn't it? Hello, I'm Tom Brokaw, bringing you the news. Here. There. Okay, so every month I will have a graphic like this, and it'll say the Zubilee blank crafty kit, June, July, August, whatever. And it will show you the little bundle. And so if you've signed up and you don't want to cancel your subscription, you'll be receiving it, and it will you will pay for it, or your card will be debited or credited the day that you signed up. So if you sign up on the 20th of a month, you will always be debited or credited, charged the 20th of a month. Okay. Again, you need to sign up by the 5th of the month to receive this kit. And then I do send them on or about the 20th. Sometimes they go out early. Sometimes they are barely out the door by the 20th. So I do my best to get to them as soon as I can while keeping everything else going strong. Okay. So this is the graphic you're looking for, as well as, again, please don't forget, there is an online only option. And this is great because if you just want to like hang out with your own products, you're like, I have plenty of products, I already have that bundle, whatever, then just get the online only option, because I give you 6 tutorials with all the measurements, color photos, and you can chat with the group. So I set up an exclusive Facebook group. But if you're not on Facebook, you can still get the links to the videos from me. No problem. I'll put them on YouTube. Okay. So just know that that's what that looks like. That's what you're looking for when you want to join the Zubilee Crafty Kit. And I advertise for it every month. And so, again, there's always links in my email as well. Okay, so look at this one. Isn't this fun? They have several different patterns of this type with different colors. And so I am going to use the same one because I just was enamored with it. And then I'm going to use this for, we have no naked inside, but we have extra because I'm starting to do this because like, why do we have all this paper sitting around? Use it, right? Put it on the back if you want to also. Make this thing a full DSP card. Just leave yourself a tiny space to sign it, and then there you go. I know that about you, Jean. You're a Brights girl too. Okay, so a couple little tips and tricks we're going to do for this one, but first let's look at what would be in the kit. Okay, so again, an envelope. And this kit looks so simplistic. You just can't even believe you're going to make it. A white, thick card base. All of your white card bases will be thick. You have a piece of white, basic white, regular weight for stamping and die cutting, and a piece of Aztec afternoon for die cutting. Okay, so we're going to just zero in on this beautiful heart design and give somebody some love. We can give them, we can say we miss them, we love them. We can say, uh, let's see, for being thank you for being a friend. I'm so excited for you, friend. Best wishes, best friend, right? Happy birthday, friend, or whatever. So, hi, happy birthday. Okay, you get the hint. It's a mix and match kind of thing. It can be innies and outies, right? So it can be on the front of the card or inside the card. Yeah, whatever you want. Cindy gets the Zubilee Crafty Kit, don't you, Cindy? Yes, you do. Okay, so we're going to start, of course, with burnishing our card base. That's the first step to success. And then again, this one has a 4 inch or no, 3 3/4, I bet. Let me see here. Got to measure it. It'll be on written tutorials, right? So you won't have to measure. Nope, it's 4 inches now. That's what was messing me up initially. So this one's 4 inches wide. And then the one on the inside is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's the whole piece of paper. You can cut it larger or smaller. No, you can't cut it larger, but you can cut it smaller if you want. Leslie, you got booted off of YouTube also? So sorry. I mean, I love my Australians. I don't want you getting booted off. Please watch me on replay. I'm happy to have you here, whatever format we can. Okay. Oh, mine goes upside down because remember, I'm left-handed. So I can't deal with that. Okay. So 4 means I'm going to cut, which I want the center to be in the middle. Okay. That's another thing that you could play with if you wanted the center to be over here. Do that. Okay. We're just going to keep it simple and keep it, hey, in the middle. So that means on a 6 inch piece of paper, if I want 4 inches across the paper, I'm cutting an inch off of each side. Okay. Would also make a stunning landscape. Maybe we should do that. Let's see. We'll think about it. Okay. Because I think we can. Hey, Kathy Strang, how are you? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Okay. So on this paper, I'm kind of leaning into this. Well, let's see. It has purples and blues too. I kind of want to lean into this side of the paper though. So I'm going to do 4 1/4 and then 5 1/2. And I kind of like these darker pieces. So I'm going to leave those there. And then that's going to be the inside, right? Okay. Let me put this away and move you back up. This won't hurt a bit now. Okay. Now let's get back to what I was thinking. This could be landscape. So this could be something you would end up modifying on your own card, right? Ooh, pretty. Love it already. So I know that this is going to have some overage. So I'm not taking my I'm not taking my seal, sorry, clear out to the ends. I'm just stopping here. So I can trim it and I don't get a bunch of sticky on my scissors. It's okay if I do because I clean them off with um, rubbing alcohol. I got that almost centered. It's a little bit more on this side than this side, but I can play with it because I'm going to cover the center with that heart. Oh, good. You're doing much better. That makes me happy, Kathy. I'm glad to hear that. Good, good. Okay, so again, we are going to trim the excess. So the actual Zubilee Crafty Kit has different card levels, let's say. And by that, I mean there are mostly casual and avid cards, but some of them might be basic cards too. Oh, thank goodness, Jenny. I didn't realize you had to be put on steroids. My gosh, you did have a bad reaction. Jeez Louise. Jenny had a shingle shot and she didn't do well on it. Dang it. You're like, that's supposed to make me feel better, not worse. Okay, so when I glue an entire piece of DSP on the inside, I want to make sure that I glue it to the outside of the score line because otherwise it won't close nice and sharp. It will close like it's in a speed bump. Okay, so let's take this, and it's hard for me to show you on white paper, right? But once I get this down, I will show you. You'll know if you're on the other side of the score mark because you'll have this tiny overage over on this side. So see the score mark is in there, and then I put this just to the left. And I'm right because, well, for one thing, it folds nicely because it doesn't have the bulk of DSP right in the center. But the other thing is you're going to have like this teeny piece, less than a 16th of an inch to trim. Okay. And I don't try and measure that off at the beginning for the same reason that I leave overage on the front. It's because I want it to come right to the edge. That's what makes it look, finished versus kind of amateurish. And so I go ahead and leave that. And then this is what I end up cutting off. So that means you put it in the right place. Oh, it's so stunning. So we're going to open our card this way. What? Paper on the inside too? Also, you're not going to find a card at the store that has patterned on the inside too. Fancy. You're fancy, girl or boy. Okay. Now you have those pieces of Aztec and basic white in there too. We're going to do a little die cutting. We need to do a tiny, tiny bit of stamping. And let's see, the only thing we're going to stamp right now are these two hearts. So let me put this back in here. These two hearts are on one stamp and they have a die cut. And so you can see these hearts are just like the large heart die cut. It's meant to look like it was hand drawn. And so the point doesn't match up exactly. So look for this as I am stamping it here. We're just going to tap into the Aztec afternoon. And this is what it ends up looking like. Isn't that neat? And die cuts that way too. And then I'm going to leave this out because I'll probably use it for my sentiment. But you can choose anything. And again, with this designer series paper, if you don't like this color, you can choose something that's all greens or whatever you want. Let's see here. Okay, so I took one of the little hearts and I put it in there. And then I put one just on the outside. And I didn't use any embellishments on this yet, but we'll use embellishments on our second card just for a little bit of variety. Okay, so I need teeny again, little teeny, and let's get the heart out first. And I'm not going to put any adhesive sheet on it because I want to pop it up on dimensionals. So, and also it's a big wide die. Let's talk about these dies for a minute. So this is the die we're going to use. And when I die cut this, you will see it cuts a really thin outer piece and a big heart on the inside. Let's see if I can find one of these little pieces. So there might be a case for using adhesive sheet if you want to keep those little tiny outlines. You'll see it when I die cut this. So if you just want to have like all the little outlines, I would advise adhesive sheet. Otherwise, no. Now look at this. Isn't this beautiful? We used this last week, I think, when the first time I used this bundle with you live, and we use this as a stencil, but it's a die cut, right? Standard die cut. Cuts these beautiful pieces out. And then we also have this thing. Now, this is what I used for this sentiment, but it was a lot longer than I wanted to use. So I kind of messed around with it a little bit. So I'm going to show you a little bit of technique with this too. Okay. So first things first, let's cut this beautiful heart out. And then you can see that you're left with two pieces. And let's run it back to me. Why not? I do that because I don't want to have to reach over the machine. That's the only reason why. Okay, so now, come back here, you. Look, it's in there. That's why if you want to use the outside, you probably want to use adhesive sheet unless you have a very steady hand with the fine tip glue pen, because this is what it ends up looking like it's hand drawn. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so pretty. Okay, we're not going to use that this time, but I'll keep it in the stash. And then I am going to take this, and so it leaves it this way. So you could use it as some sort of a different type of element, but I am going to cut this so that it has a sharp point at the end. Okay. And then we are going to, let's see, what sentiment do I want in here? I'll just use miss you because I used thank you the first time. That's very nice. You could use love you too. Thank you. Anything that's just a strip or another sentiment from somewhere else, right? And I'm going to go ahead and cut this out first. But, well, you know what? Let me get those hearts out of there so that we're not looking at those. So there are two sets of hearts. This one is the stamp set. This one is just extra little hearts you can do. And so let's get these out of the paper first. So this paper was for these hearts and for this, basically this die that's going to turn into the sentiment strip. Okay. Alrighty. So please don't forget, as we talked about earlier, I really want you to sign up to receive my emails so you can see all the fun that the zoo offers. Lots of free content over there as well. And even if you don't sign up for my classes, you can still see all about them. And how do you know if you're going to want to sign up for something or not if you don't just at least look at it, right? There's no harm in looking. That's what I say. Okay, so we're going to make this shorter. We've done this before with squares and things that are symmetrical. This is not necessarily symmetrical. It looks like a swatch. It looks like you've taken a paintbrush and drug it across some paper. But we're going to use the same technique, and it comes out pretty good. So we're going to do that. Okay, partial die cut. See it still in here? And then I'm going to take it out. And now I'm going to take a look at it with relation to the stamp I want to use. And I said I was going to use Miss You. So I wanted to go across the heart. I don't want it to be too short, but I'm pretty good right now. So I need to add a little bit there, and I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, I'm not measuring it. Here's what I'm going to do. Even though this is not symmetrical, I'm going to make this side shorter, right? So I'm going to take this die cut. I'm going to lay it as closely as I can over what's there already. And I'm just going to, whoops, I don't want my hand to stick to it. You can use the tape too if you want to. So we are just going to see what we get when we do this. Okay, make sure you're careful when you lay this down. Okay, make sure you're careful, not like me. Okay, just put the tape on there. And then let's run it through and see what we have. You can also just hand trim it because it's just kind of a rough little edge, right? It's nothing that fancy. But I always think it's fun to try to use the dies in a little bit different ways. Okay, so now let's see what we ended up getting. Oh, that's just darn near perfect. I'd say perfect. Sometimes this one ended up with a little slice in it, but look, you can't even tell. It just looks like part of the design until I pointed it out, right? So that works fine. So let's see. Oh, now we need to stamp. We need to decide which way our little swatch is going to go, right? Left or right. I still like it going left. So now I'm going to stamp my Miss You on there. Since I haven't stamped this before, even though I did kind of prime it by running it across my chamois, I am going to put it on the block and I'm going to ink with it, or I'm going to stamp it, ink it and stamp it on my grid paper. And probably going to smush it. Let's take a look at it though. Miss You. Pretty good. It can be better. Oh, thanks, Cindy. She's loving these cards. Cindy, you're awesome. And you are going to have this kit sent to you in a little while from me. I don't mean a little while today, but I mean in June. So you're going to have a head start because you're going to be able to have all the designs, right? So who else wants this kit? Do you have any questions about it? If you do, put them in the comments. I know I gave you my phone number at the beginning of the video to talk to me if you had any questions about the starter kit, what to put in it, or anything like that. But you can also call me if you have any questions about my classes. So can you call me at 2 a.m.? I wouldn't advise it. Okay? I'm not going to be mean to you, but I'm not going to answer. You can text me and then I will get back to you. How about that? But you can talk to me just about any time. And yeah, my phone, like most phones, if it doesn't recognize the phone call, it might think you're being a little shady. But if you just send me a text and say, hey, this is so and so, then we can get in touch. Yeah. Because if I didn't have a filter on my phone, just like you, I'd be answering robocalls all day long. Not on my list of things I want to do. Okay. So I got this mocha powder stuff at Costco. It's delicious. And I wanted to get some more because I was worried, even though I got a huge bag of it, then I liked it, right? And I was like, what about when I want this in July? I think it might be gone. And it's like you can make it hot, iced, or frozen. Okay, I'm going to get this Aztec afternoon back out. We're going to add a little dimension to this heart by inking the edges. Okay, so in the craft class, I wouldn't normally provide a blending brush. I have before if we're using a lot of blending brush techniques, but this would be something that you would need to have on your own, or you could skip this part or use daubers or whatever. So yes, so I got my mocha and then I went to Costco on Tuesday and I assumed incorrectly that everybody would have been to Costco on Friday and then wouldn't go to Costco on Tuesday, right? Because it was Memorial Day on Monday. I couldn't go on Monday because it was Memorial Day and they're closed. And I had book club over here last night. And so I wanted some stuff from Costco, right? I wanted some like good steaks and things like that. Then I messed them up, but that's a side note. So I went out and that was one of the things I wanted to get was this extra stash of the Samoka mix. Can I find it in the coffee aisle? No, I can't because I'm not very good at looking sometimes. I know this about me. Even though I know it, it still didn't help me out. So I didn't find it. So when I was checking out with my, you know, hundreds of dollars, it was under $200. But they, of course, always say, "Did you find what you were looking for?" And I said, "Actually, I didn't. I'm looking for coffee." They were like, "We can look it up." Okay, so this guy goes over to look it up, diddling around on the lookup screen. And then he says, "Yes, we have it still. It's down on aisle 35, which is not close to the checkout." And keep in mind what I just told you is that everybody and their dog in the city of Boise and beyond is at Costco. And I go, "Hmm, it's a tough one, but I'm not going to go back there right now." And they go, "Are you sure? It might be sold out." And I go, "Oh, I'm sure. I'll take that chance." What I didn't want to say to them was, "I'll get it on Amazon." And they do have it on Amazon. Shocker. It's probably more than I paid. But at that certain time, my knee was throbbing. And I was like, aisle 35 could be 10 miles away right now, as far as I'm concerned. So, anyway, I left without it. And then guess what I did? I texted my best friend and I told her, "Hey, if you're out there and you see this, will you get it for me?" And I know she will because she is Johnny on the spot about that. Um, but yeah, because I don't go out there all that often because it's just me, right? Like this coffee thing. I haven't really even made a dent in the coffee bag and I love it. So there you go. And yes, had a lovely book club. We read a book called The Patron Saint of Liars by Anne Patchett, one of my favorite authors. Um, Everybody had a lot to say about it. It was very fun. And I made taco stuff. So I made like a huge salad and we had tacos. And this lady, one of the friends in my group, she makes homemade tortillas. And I said, "I know it's not your month to host, but if I do tacos and I have store bought tortillas, they're all going to make fun of them and say they want Teresa's tortillas." So Teresa brought tortillas because that's Teresa's lovely that way. So we had homemade tortillas. Yum. Like, oh, yum. That's all I can say. Now, where do I want to put this? See, this is probably why I didn't do it in the first place because I put that little heart there and then I was like, "Hey, Amy, how are you doing?" I was like, "Girl, what do I do now?" Let's see. Let's start there, but we can lift these up if we don't like where they are. And then maybe let's do one here and one here. Yeah, it's cute. There's no wrong way. Okay, look, we made this. All right, so that concludes tonight's example of the Zubly Crafty Kit. What do you think? And if you are getting the Crafty Kit now and you want to tell everybody if you like it or not, go ahead. You can also post a review on my Facebook page, and I would thank you so much for doing that because I know people read reviews. And so, any and all comments are very appreciated. And so, these are the card. This was the example, and this is the card we made tonight, right? This was the example, and this was the card we made tonight. And you just don't get any better than all these beautiful hues and different colors. And then boom, you've got that. I feel like if you have an artist friend, they would really appreciate these kind of cards, right? But any friend is going to appreciate them. I'm already thinking about just sending this one to my aunt because I do miss her. I have a friend that I want to thank immediately. I have a friend I need to catch up with, and then I have one spare. So, again, this kit will be available to you and will be shipping out by the 20th of June. And I can't wait for you to join in the fun. And so, thank you so much, everyone. Just and if you do have questions, again, just post them in the comments. I will be watching. And let's see, I showed you what the kit looks like. Oh, here's the last little reminder. Again, I don't know. Why is this thing acting so kooky? Let's remove this one and let's add this. And I bet it's there we go. So watch for the Stamp and Chat sketch. Watch the Stamp and Chat sketch that I post every Sunday at 4 Mountain Time. And then post your own sketch inspired card or project in the post that I give you on my Facebook business page. And then guess what? There's going to be a new sketch class live every Sunday, and you can see me here every Thursday for Stamp and Chat Live, which is what you're watching right now. Thank you so much, everyone. This has been really fun. You know, this is a great part of my week. I say that to you almost every week, but it's because I mean it. You like fill my creativity cup, and I hope I do a little bit of that for you. All right. Again, please let me know if you have any questions about the Stamping Zoo or the classes that I provide. Thank you for being here, and have a great week. Oh, gosh, no, it's Friday tomorrow. Have a great weekend, everybody. Okay, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.